ever looked at your career and thought, I am not ready to make a major move right now, but I also do not want to get stuck? I think that is where a lot of professionals are right now. The market feels uncertain. Openings may be limited. People are being cautious. And even if you know you want growth, stability may matter more right now than change. If that is you, I want to say this clearly. Staying put is not the same as standing still. You do not have to make a dramatic move to protect your career, but you do need to be intentional. One of the biggest risks in an uncertain season is not simply staying in your role, it is staying in your role passively. It is assuming that because you still have a job, your career is automatically protected. It is staying focused on getting through the week that you stop paying attention to visibility, your relationships, your value, and your direction. So today I want to talk about how to protect your career while staying put. Not from a place of fear, from a place of self-leadership. The first thing I want you to remember is this. Do not confuse stability with security. A lot of people think that if they hold onto the role, they are safe. But true career security is not just about having a job. It is about being known for value. It is about staying relevant. It is about being trusted. It is about continuing to grow in ways that make you harder to overlook and easier to advocate for. So the goal right now is not just to stay employed. The goal is to stay positioned. Ask yourself, what am I doing right now that strengthens my long-term value? What am I doing that keeps me visible? What am I doing that helps other people see me as someone worth investing in? Because career security is built through contribution, clarity, and credibility. The second thing is this. Make your value easier to recognize. In uncertain times, people pay close attention to impact. That does not mean that you need to constantly talk about yourself, but it does mean that you need to be clear about the value that you bring. What problems do you solve? What kind of thinking do you bring? What results are you helping create? How do you make your team, your function, or your business stronger? A lot of talented professionals do strong work and still get overlooked because their value is not easy to see. Do not assume people will automatically connect the dots. Help them understand your impact. Speak clearly about outcomes. Frame your work in terms of value, not just effort. That is not ego, that is strategy. The third thing is this: protect your visibility. When people feel uncertain, they often pull back. They get quieter. They stay in execution mode. They keep their heads down and hope that their work will carry them. But in seasons like this, invisibility can work against you. You want to stay known. You want to stay connected. You want to stay in conversations that matter. That might mean speaking up more strategically in meetings. It might mean sharing your perspective when others are staying silent. It might mean contributing ideas, not just completing tasks. It might mean strengthening your reputation as someone who adds value and thinks beyond the obvious. Visibility is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is about making sure your leadership is recognizable. The fourth thing is this: build internal leverage. If you are staying put, one of the smartest things you can do is strengthen your relationships inside the organization. Who knows your work? Who trusts your judgment? Who speaks your name in rooms that you are not in? These relationships matter. They matter in restructuring. They matter in stretch opportunities. They matter when leaders decide who they trust, who they invest in, and who they want close. So do not isolate yourself. Stay connected. Check in with people. Look for ways to contribute beyond your immediate tasks. You do not need to network in a forced way. You do need to build trust intentionally. The fifth thing is this: keep growing, even if your title does not change. One of the easiest ways to lose momentum is to tell yourself that growth has to wait until the next role. That is not true. You can grow right where you are. You can strengthen a skill. You can improve your communication. You can deepen your executive presence. You can expand your strategic thinking. You can learn the business more deeply. You can raise the level at which you operate. Growth is not only about job changes. Sometimes it is about becoming stronger inside the current chapter. Even if your title stays the same for now, you do not want your capacity to stay the same. Use this season to deepen your leadership. And the last thing is this: create quiet optionality. Protecting your career while staying put does not mean ignoring the outside world. It means staying prepared without making panic your strategy. Keep your LinkedIn updated. Stay warm with your network. Know how to talk about your value. Pay attention to the market. Keep your materials current. Stay connected to the broader conversation in your field. That is not disloyal. That is wise. Optionality creates confidence, not because you are planning to leave tomorrow, but because you are not leaving your future entirely up to circumstance. You want to be stable, yes, but you also want to be prepared. So if you're in a season where staying put is the right move, let that be your reality. Just do not let it become an excuse to disappear from your own growth. You can stay. You can protect what you have, and you can still position yourself well for what comes next. So here's the question that I want to leave you with. What is one thing that you can do this month to protect your career while staying where you are? Maybe it is increasing your visibility. Maybe it is updating how you talk about your value. Maybe it is strengthening one key relationship. Maybe it is building one new skill. Start there. And if this is the season you are in right now, this is exactly why I created the Unshakable Career, to help professionals lead with more clarity, stronger positioning, and greater steadiness in uncertain times. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next video.